Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of the Engage 8 podcast. I am Josh with my co-host,
Mike.
and today we are here after the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. We're currently here on National Championship Monday, about an hour before the game, to talk about the NFL divisional round. We've obviously also had a ton of coaching hires. I believe only one coordinator hire, if I'm not mistaken so far. And then obviously picking the games for next week. So stay tuned to the end of the episode to see who we pick for the conference championship. And then, of course, in the middle here, we'll talk about the recap. We'll start here with the coaches. We'll go down the list like we did last week with the 10 actually.
Yes, now 10.
Now head coaching vacancies. We'll start with the Titans. No hire yet for them. Apparently, they've interviewed 15-plus candidates. Second interviews to Saleh and Minter. And then they've moved on from Dable. And then, obviously, Stefanski took the Falcons job.
Yeah, this one's still a tough one. I feel like they're going to have to go on the offensive side of the ball. It wouldn't shock me if... I've been saying Mike McCarthy would be a great hire for them, but something tells me Matt Nagy's getting this job.
You do? You think
Something's telling me Matt Nagy gets this job. It sounds like Nagy, no matter what, will not be returning to Kansas City. They're already kind of backtracking to Bieniemy. It sounds like...
Which is crazy, but...
Hey, worked for them in the past.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. They said they were expecting him to move on, so...
Yeah, so maybe we'll see him get a job. And if he doesn't, then I don't know what he's going to do, but...
Gotta go back somewhere to be an OC or something, but...
He'll probably get it. Giants hired John Harbaugh, so 1-0 me.
Yep, you got that one.
To start us off here.
I was dumb.
Yeah. Seemed like, not going to say the biggest layup of the offseason, but one of them.
Mm-hmm.
John Harbaugh's I think he's going to do pretty well in New York. He has a good young quarterback. He's got a solid defense. That defensive line's really good. OC targets, they want Monken, I guess. They'll fall back on Kafka. And then DC targets right now, it's Weaver and Durante Jones. Oh.
Yeah, I believe Weaver has a couple head coaching interviews still, but
yes.
It did take them a while to get Harbaugh. It got announced, but he didn't sign a contract until very recently.
Yep.
And what was holding it up, it sounds like, was he specifically wants to report straight to the owner, not to the GM. So, and I guess he got what he wanted. So he kind of reports just past the GM and goes straight to, I'm blanking on it, John Morrow.
Yes, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. He is a
GM
veteran
gets put
head
in the
coach.
cock chair.
Yeah.
A little bit. That's crazy.
Joe Schoen has made a couple mistakes, but
yeah.
You're the GM. You got to kind of give your GM trust, but...
Harbaugh was like, yeah, I'll do it, but I'm not listening to the fucking that guy up there.
I'm not listening to Joe Schoen.
Get him out of here. Falcons head coach hired Kevin Stefanski, 2-0 me.
Yeah.
Got lucky, I guess, twice. Jeff Ulbrich is remaining the DC there, so if he wants to leak any more phone numbers to potential draftees this year, he will do such that if he can get his hands on Fernando Mendoza's phone number.
And where did that player go that he leaked the phone number of?
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Think about that one.
Yeah.
Where did Stefanski come from?
Cleveland.
Could have been a 4K chess move by the Falcons to get Stefanski to go there.
I doubt that.
I doubt it.
I saw people talking about that online. That's a bit of a stretch to me. But
yeah, you never know at the NFL. It wouldn't shock me. But I'm still shocked they moved on from Raheem Morris in the first place. Yes. But I do think Stefanski's a very good hire, and
he'll do well there.
Yeah, he's a great offensive coach. If he can someone's gonna have to fix Penix, and I think he has the chance to do it. He's won Coach of the Year, so
yep,
blessing and a curse.
Yep, he's the Viagra to their Penix issue they have.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. Next one here, Arizona Cardinals. No hire yet from them. They did lose their offensive coordinator to or I don't think he was their offensive coordinator. I forget what his position was.
He was their OC
prior. He was?
Yes.
Drew Petzing. Was he their OC? I thought he was just calling plays.
I believe he was their OC.
Maybe. The Lions hired him, so they lost their offensive coordinator. Obviously, they have to go look for somebody now. Their top finalists, Minter and Saleh, are in there as well as Ejiro Evero.
Mm-hmm. I think this is a tough one. I would say they go on the offensive side of the ball, but a lot of guys they're interviewing are on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
So, I might have picked Saleh for this one, and I might stick with that.
I don't know who I picked for this one. I can't remember.
I look at a guy like Clint Kubiak, and I might have picked him, but I think he's a guy who's really establishing himself now as like the top guy to some of these young guys are going to want to go for. And I don't think he would go to a team that has a question mark at quarterback.
I don't think so either.
I think he's going to go to a team that has a quarterback that's young. Doesn't have to be young, but that has their quarterback.
Yeah, potential. At the very least. Next thing here, we have Cleveland Browns. Speak of the devil. They fired Kevin Stefanski. He's in Atlanta. They have not hired anybody yet. Jim Schwartz still finds himself as a finalist. Did I pick him for the Browns job? I feel like I did.
You might have.
I can't remember. So he's still on there. Todd Monken as well. Mike McDaniel, who we'll talk about the Mike McDaniel Lions situation because we've heard some things in the past.
I haven't heard.
Oh, we'll talk then when we get to the end here. But Mike McDaniel is still a finalist for this Cleveland job. And, yeah, I don't know. We know that Tommy Reese is out.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we know.
I think I'm between Jesse Minter and Mike McDaniel. You saying that about Mike McDaniel makes me feel like it's a question mark then.
No,
I don't know what it
it
is.
has nothing to do with the Browns.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go with Mike McDaniel then. I think he's going to bounce back, and that just seems like a Browns thing to do, go and hire a guy like that.
I could see it. Raiders, I believe I picked Minter for this one. He is a finalist, second interviews at least. Obviously, they missed out on Halfley because he took the Dolphins job. They want a young coach. Minter is that. He is on the defensive side of the ball, though. We expect the Raiders to go on the offensive side. So who knows?
Yeah, I think I picked Kubiak here. That could be what I
Yep.
did. And I think I'm going to stick with that if I did. I'm picking Kubiak. You have the first overall pick. You likely have Fernando Mendoza, young quarterback. Get him a young, great offensive mind, and Clint Kubiak. I think that's a home run hire.
All right. Dolphins. You picked Jeff Halfley, and you were correct for this one, so it's 2-1.
Feel good.
Weaver is their current DC. He may leave. He may not leave. So you might have to go hire a DC. They still have to go hire an OC. So we'll see what they do with that. But, yeah, I mean, I think this is a solid hire for the Dolphins. Obviously, he's a guy who's had success in the past.
Yeah, I think it's a solid hire. I mean, that's why I predicted it. I don't think Weaver will be back. I imagine Halfley as a defensive guy has one that he'll bring in from that was with him in Green Bay. For offensive coordinator, though, with the firing that we're about to talk about here soon, give me Joe Brady to go and get maybe a revenge spot here if he doesn't get a head coaching job.
Yes, I can see that.
Get him an OC in Miami.
I don't hate that. Ravens still have not hired anybody. Weaver's on his second interview for them thus far. So we'll see there. Also, your guy, Brian Flores, who you predicted for this job, he's a finalist. So is Salas. So is Joe Brady, who you just mentioned for the Dolphins potential job. This is a team that's going to have a full overhaul at coaching. They still don't have their head coach yet. When they get their head coach, we'll see. But I don't know. I don't know who they're going to go with. Who did I pick for them?
I can't remember who you picked. You picked an offensive guy, though. I can't remember who it was. It might have been like Stefanski or something.
I can't remember.
Oh, I know you already. Yeah.
Because I know for a fact I picked Flores to the Steelers.
I know it was an offensive guy. I'm sticking with Flores.
Yeah.
I think this would be a home run hire for them, and I'm going to stick with that. But I can't remember who you picked. Maybe it was Kubiak.
It might have been.
I think it was Kubiak.
Yes, because my logic was they lost McDonald to the Seahawks.
Yep,
Now they're going to
exactly.
take it back. Good call. Last of the 9 jobs, the original 9 jobs we had open, the Pittsburgh Steelers still have not hired anybody. Reportedly, the finalists are Mike McCarthy and Brian Flores, so I could pick up that one there. First one we have really an expected timeline for is before the Super Bowl. So, but that's pretty we should have most of these before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of these teams are going to go into Super Bowl week.
Except for, I think the Bills. I don't know. The Bills could be the only team because there's a rule that they can't interview half these guys.
Which is interesting, but yeah. Would you want to just talk about it then? How do you feel about McDermott getting fired today?
The McDermott firing, it doesn't shock me at all. I mean, it's been a couple years of disappointment in the playoffs, but when you look at it, I don't really put all of the blame on Sean McDermott. I don't know if he's ever going to win a Super Bowl there. I think he's a great defensive coach, but at some point you have to hold the GM accountable for not drafting the right guys, and that's something that's been a very big issue there. If you look at his draft, I think only 2 of them have made the Pro Bowl outside of Josh Allen. Or he's only drafted 2 Pro Bowlers out of the 56 draft picks he's selected since they drafted Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Do you have a guess of who those 2 players are?
Cook and
I thought Ed Oliver, but no.
Trey White.
Dawson Knox.
Oh wow.
So not a great one.
Wow, that is
Not a great Pro Bowler, but yeah. 2 Pro Bowlers since 2018 is not good.
Josh Allen has all this help, all these Pro Bowlers on his offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Deion Dawkins wasn't a Pro Bowler? Or
I
you not
guess
draft Dawkins?
I don't think he drafted Dawkins. Dawkins was
Dawkins
drafted
he's older than
with
Josh
McDermott
Allen.
and the GM before.
Yeah.
I'd seen, because this is McDermott's second GM,
Yeah.
and they had drafted like Tre'Davious White, Dawkins, a lot of the guys who have kind of been the foundation, like Poyer and all them, under that GM. But I feel like if you just look at Brandon Beane, and on top of that, I mean, the receivers for Josh Allen, since they've lost Diggs, have not been good at all.
Yeah.
Hasn't really given him any help there. He gave Curtis Samuel, Josh Palmer, Elijah Moore $70 million in total value.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
McDermott, in the biggest game this year, had to play with linebacker Balin Spector and cornerback Dane Jackson in the biggest game of the year.
Yep.
So at some point, you got to give the coach players. And
But you're also not the biggest McDermott guy in general.
I'm not the biggest McDermott guy, but I don't think it's McDermott's fault.
You don't think he should have been fired?
I'm just iffy on it. I don't think he should have been fired for this season. I think he actually did a pretty good job this year, if anything. This might have been the worst defense that the Bills have had, but I think talent-wise it was.
I agree, and I really want to transition this into the Broncos-Bills game, but I have to mention the Mike McDaniel thing first with the Lions hiring their offensive coordinator, Drew Petzing, from the Cardinals. I know he likes to run a lot of stuff that Ben Johnson ran with the Lions, a lot of 12 personnel.
He's Ben Johnson's best friend.
Yeah, and apparently Ben Johnson put in a good word for him. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I don't mind the hire. I know the Cardinals were not good this year, and we were not fans of the Cardinals whatsoever. But like I said, he's a guy that runs a ton of 12 personnel. He likes to run the ball a ton, which the Lions do, and I think it'll work out for them. But what I was going to say with Mike McDaniel is apparently Dan Campbell really wanted Mike McDaniel, obviously. I think they go back somewhere. I forget where. Obviously not Miami. But he wanted McDaniel, and apparently Brad Holmes and Sheila and everybody else did not. So
wow,
yeah.
If that's true, that is absurd to not trust your head coach who has given you the most success you've had in.
Once again,
how many decades?
You never know what's true and what's not true.
Yeah,
but that's what I've heard.
I would not like hearing that.
Yeah, I didn't love hearing that either. But all right, let's go to Broncos Bills, and I'll start with a question for you.
I'll accept the question.
Why is it all hilarious to make fun of Lamar when he loses in the playoffs, but Josh Allen loses and cries at the podium, and I'm supposed to feel bad for him?
I mean, no one says you have to feel bad for him.
Yeah, but that's kind of what they're trying to. That's the narrative that's being pushed: is poor Josh Allen, poor Josh Allen.
Think so.
But Lamar loses, and it's haha, you playoff choker.
I disagree in terms of, I mean, when the Lamar loss happened last year, a lot of the blame went on Mark Andrews with the drop.
Yeah, but nobody who really knows ball was like, this game was on Mark Andrews.
I feel like there was. I think that might just be a little bit of recency bias.
I guess.
But I mean, he didn't play great in that game either.
Yeah.
I think it's just because Josh Allen's overall games in the playoffs, the losses, for the most part, haven't been his fault. Where this game is a little different.
This one was...
I wouldn't say it was all his fault, but I mean, the turnovers obviously hurt. I mean, the fumble at the end of the first half was one of the worst fumbles I've ever seen in football.
He had 4 turnovers. Bro.
Yeah, you can't have 4 turnovers.
He lost his team this game. I don't care what you say. I know his defense gave up 33 points. You have 4 turnovers. You're the quarterback. You're getting paid almost more money than anybody else in the NFL. I'm sorry, it's your fault. We cannot give him that kind of immunity.
It's his fault, but it's not only his fault.
Well, obviously, it's never only his fault. But he had 14 incompletions, a 48 QBR. He was not good at all in this game. He had 3 touchdowns, sure, but he had 4 turnovers.
He did have 4 turnovers, but I mean, on top of that, he's playing the best defense, and one of the 2 best defenses in football.
Agreed. But
so he put up 30 points in that aspect. But yeah, the turnovers obviously killed the team. Throwing the ball, though, I mean, the weapons weren't there. So he's got to force the issue a little bit when you're throwing the ball to Dalton Kincaid, Khalil Shakir, Ray Davis, Dawson Knox, Brandon Cooks.
We can talk about
Curtis Samuel.
We can talk about those last 4 as being trash, but Kincaid was drafted as a really high tight end, and he's solid. I think Shakir's a solid receiver. He's not a wide receiver 1, but he's good. He had 7 for 75 in this game. Everybody else, I mean, I'm with you, but it's not like.
And one of the turnovers was very debatable with the Brandon Cook situation. What's your take on that one?
The pick?
Should it have been an interception or should it have been a catch?
I think the Bills got shafted.
On that one?
I think it should have been a catch.
I just go back and forth because when you watch it in slow motion, it looks like a catch. When you watch it in full speed, it looks like an interception. I've always been someone who thinks that all of them should be interceptions, but they always rule all of them a catch.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It was just hilarious watching the Bears game the next day.
Yes.
The exact same thing happens and they call it a catch.
And they flip it. No, they called it
Or they called it
yeah,
interception.
yeah.
No, they called it a catch. They called it a
The
catch.
Bills was an interception. The Bears was a catch.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think they should all be interceptions, no matter. I mean,
It depends because if you're going to the ground and you have the ball and he's on the ground, you guys both have it, and he just rips it from you and you're both laying on the ground.
but no, and he takes it, and then they call it a catch. But if you're both going to the ground, your knee touches the ground, and he rips the ball out, shouldn't it be and nobody catches it? Shouldn't it be an incompletion? If it's that quickly.
If you catch it and your knee is down,
Like if the Devontae Adams one happened, and his knee hits the ground, and instead of the Bears player intercepting the ball, if he just ripped the ball out, should that have been a catch?
I think it is a catch though, because you have full possession when the knee's down. After everything after that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
like a fumble.
It's just such a.
It's the same thing as a fumble. Like if you're running with the ball and your knee goes down and then you get it ripped, should that be a fumble?
But I don't mean because it was like. I just don't. I mean, like I don't think he made a football move necessarily, and that's where
But
I
you
bet
don't.
the whole controversy.
If you go right down, you don't need to make a football move. You go to the ground.
Fair enough. I don't know.
You know?
It's just such
like,
a.
what is he supposed to do?
I will give the NFL this that it's a hard one to kind of judge.
It is. It definitely is.
But I mean, then you look at was that this year or last year? The
I personally think they were both catches.
yeah.
Personally.
The Oliver one for the Ravens when he had the ball in the end zone, he took like 3 steps and they ripped the ball out and they called it incompletion in the end zone.
Yeah, that was.
That should have been a catch, and they called it
You
incomplete.
mean the likely play?
The likely, yes. I don't know
Yeah.
why I said Oliver.
Yes,
Likely.
he. Yeah, I agreed. I think that.
It's so inconsistent, and that's
Yeah.
just how the NFL is. And then on top of that, I completely understand McDermott's frustration with. They said we want to get the game going.
Wait,
If the ref said
again?
that to you in a playoff
When
game,
did they say that? At what point in the game?
when he called the timeout.
Yeah.
And he was like, you got to review this, and they're like, no, we just want to get the game going.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's absurd. I'd be so heated. You put
Yeah.
in how many hours of work, and the refs just want to get this game going so they can get the
out.
TV to the next game
Yeah, that's.
because they had postponed the 49ers Seahawks game until that
Yes,
started.
Yes, that is crazy.
I would be so frustrated, and he was.
Yeah, I mean, and then you get fired.
Yeah,
Well, we can't go this whole talking about this game without mentioning Bo Nix.
and the Broncos in general.
yeah, I mean,
We gave the Broncos no love.
yeah. Where do you want to? Where do you want? I mean, that's. Hey, I mean, we're showing This is exactly why I hate the Bills. It's because of this. With the Broncos went and just beat them, just turned Josh Allen over 4 times, and we haven't mentioned the Broncos one time.
Well,
'Cause
we
it's-
did mention I mean, if you think it's a catch, the Bills should have won the game.
I guess, but it's also a full game. If
Yeah.
Josh Allen doesn't turn it over 4 times, they would have easily
would've
won
been
the
over.
game.
The
yeah.
Broncos go down the field in overtime with a couple pass interference calls that I'm not a fan of at all either. Especially when at the end of regulation, the Bills, they threw a deep ball to, I think, Cooks, and he held his arm down, and Cooks couldn't go up for the ball, and they didn't call that pass interference.
Yeah, that's
And-
a tough way to lose a game.
Very tough one.
I don't like. Here's the thing, though, is like the Bills are like one of the few teams where it's like they're not rigging it for the Broncos over the Bills. I'm sorry, they're not. The Bills are the ratings.
I mean, when they're rigging for the money, though, if they have to.
I mean, yeah, but
And if they want to get the game going.
and if they want to get the game going, Bills were underdogs in this game, though.
Yes, but the money was on the Bills.
Well, yeah, because they were underdogs. Yes, correct.
But Bo Nix, I mean, he 20 incompletions, played good, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Marvin Mims, who Tony Romo said pregame he expected to have a big game, and he was right.
Yeah.
So good job for Romo there, even though he was actively calling Josh Allen Mahomes, which was weird.
Yeah, it happens
But
to the best of us.
Mims, 8 catches, 93 yards, and a touchdown. He was good. Little Jordan Humphrey had a touchdown as well.
Unbelievable name.
Um,
Denver couldn't run the ball all game against
No.
against Buffalo, which was shocking.
mhm.
But yeah, we're gonna save all the talks about the next games for the end, so we won't
Okay.
talk. We just have to mention before though, because this is part of this game. Bo Nix, obviously,
Fractures his ankle.
yes,
And,
and he's out for the season. It's gonna be Jarrett Stidham.
That was one of the most shocking tweets I've ever read.
Yeah,
I didn't expect it at all, and that's very, very sad. And you just feel for Bo Nix, who's
and you know
playing his
what?
heart out.
I had a revelation this weekend. I feel like Sean Payton's job this year doesn't get talked about enough.
It doesn't.
Like
I mean,
people love to talk about how good the Broncos defense is and how much of a fraud Bo Nix is. If your quarterback's a fraud, then your head coach must be one of the best in the league, no?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just not really a massive Sean Payton fan at all. So
I
but
understand.
that's just personal.
That's a personal issue.
and
But obviously,
Hipgate.
he's done a great job this year.
But he's done a great job this year. You have to give him credit. He's one of the best coaches in the league.
Without
even a
a
question.
doubt. Okay. We'll move on here to the worst playoff game so far. Seahawks Niners.
Might be, yeah.
41-6.
Probably.
Darnold threw the ball
Unfortunately.
17 times. Was playing with a what was it, an oblique injury? Yes. Only had 5 incompletions, 1 touchdown, 124 yards. They ran all over the Niners. Their defense was just suffocating. They forced 3 turnovers on the Niners. Brock Purdy, brutal game. 5 for 27, 140, no touchdowns and a pick. They couldn't run the ball at all. This is another team that, like, I mean, you look at this receiver room, and we talk about how bad the Bills was. It's like, damn, this might be worse.
You're talking about the
Niners.
Yeah.
Take out McCaffrey and you take out James Cook. I think I'm taking the Bills because Shakir's definitely the next best player.
I like Jawan Jennings a lot.
I do too, but I think
that's
Shakir's
about it.
better.
I like Jawan Jennings a lot, and I think DeMarcus Robinson's a good playoff guy. But
And Pearsall's fallen off the face of the earth.
yeah,
Since coming back from injury.
I think it was Pearsall and DeMarcus Robinson actually had it. I was watching; they were showing the all 42 or whatever, and I think they just
All
ran
22.
into each other and all 24,
I thought it was 22.
or all 22. Can't get my math right. But they just ran into each other, gave Brock Purdy nothing. Brock Purdy had nothing to throw to win this game.
Yeah.
The receivers were bad, and the Seahawks defense was just suffocating him. And I guess we always say the Broncos and Texans have the best defense, but we have to put the Seahawks in that.
Yeah, they are as well.
They're
I mean,
one of the. I think that you could put those 3 in any order, and I couldn't say you were wrong.
I agree.
But yeah, they just suffocated Brock Purdy. Had no run game and nothing to throw to, and it was just absolute domination.
Seahawks opened the game on a Rashid Shaheed kick return touchdown.
Electric. The smoke was still in the air.
Yeah.
I hadn't even switched over yet, so I missed the kick return.
Yeah.
That sucked. And by halftime, I had pretty much turned the game off.
Yeah, checked out.
And I'm looking at, you have the box score possibly pulled up?
Yeah.
Do you see the name in the Seattle rushing?
Wow. Felix Jones Jr.
And it's funny because
6 carries? I didn't see him.
I didn't see him, but I'd seen him on Twitter last night after the Bears game. He posted a laughing emoji.
Oh, really?
And I
Oh,
saw
shout
the Bears
out.
fans making fun of him, but I didn't know he was even still in the league.
Shout out Felix Jones Jr.
That is,
I might be rooting for the Seahawks now. I'm not, but
as well. I kind of am just because of my guy, Kenneth Walker, and he had a day. 19 carries, 116 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
quiet game for JSN, but also like this wasn't a game, so like we can't even evaluate
Yeah.
this. This
And
is
it
not a
ended up being
game
12
you can.
completions. So.
Yeah, this is not a game you can just look at the box score whatsoever. It's a dominating game. The Seahawks are going to have the NFC Championship at home against their division rival Rams, who they split with this year.
And both games were decided by less than 3 points.
It's going to be fucking cinema.
Yes, they will be missing their favorite or their head coach's favorite running back, Charbonnet. He's out for the season with a torn, I believe, ACL. Very unfortunate, but Kenneth Walker's on fire right now, and I think everybody kind of watches the Seahawks and usually thinks Kenneth Walker is a lot better than Charbonnet, and so they'll have no choice but to give Kenneth
Only
Walker
person
the ball
that
then.
doesn't is Mike McDonald.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing else on this game, right?
No.
Any big picture Niner stuff? They were so injured. I think they get kind of a pass here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's another one of the best coaching jobs with Shanahan and how he even got him this far.
Yep. All right. Pats 28, Texans 16 in without a doubt. Maybe the weirdest playoff game I think I've ever watched. This game was all over the place. How many turnovers were in this game?
A lot.
8?
I mean, you said the last game was the worst playoff game just in terms of like the score and it being a blowout. This might have been like the worst playoff game in terms of like football being played.
Yeah, bad football. It was so bad football. It was entertainingly bad.
It was just bad football.
Yes. I mean, we got, like we said, 8 turnovers in this game, 5 from the Texans, 3 from the Pats. I could be wrong, but were all of those in the first half?
All the interceptions for CJ Stroud were in the first half.
There
was the fumble by Woody Marks was in the second half.
And so was the fumble by Drake May, who
He fumbled the ball 4
how many times
he
did he
fumbled the
fumble?
ball 4 times, lost 2 of them.
Yeah.
I thought it was 5. I thought it was 5
He
fumbles,
leads
but
the
it
league
says 4.
He leads the league in fumbles this year. He is the
Yeah.
most fumble quarterback. But, when you do everything good, that kind of gets disguised a little bit. I'm going to let you say what you want about CJ Stroud because I'm assuming you have some stuff.
I mean, it was just overall a very, very bad performance by CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Not good. And it's kind of been growing ever since his rookie year, just in general. He's been kind of falling off a cliff ever since he put himself on such a high horse, named himself the 3rd best quarterback in the league. I wish I had my phone. I can't remember what it was. I have the picture saved. It was like Mahomes, Josh Allen, and then he put me.
And there was Dak and
It
Lamar.
was Pat, Lamar, myself, Josh Allen, Dak. was his 5. And at this point, I don't even know if I can put him in the top 20.
I put him in the top 20, but I
don't think I am. I mean, unfortunately, Dalton Schultz got injured in this game.
Dalton Schultz got injured in this game.
And then they had to put in Cade Stover, who's pretty bad.
And they didn't have Nico Collins either. They ran for 48 yards on 22 attempts in a blizzard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cade Stover also, I think, tore his ACL, but wasn't his fault. The quarterback threw the pass behind him. He tried to reach for the pass and tore his ACL. The quarterback single-handedly tore his tight end's ACL. Very sad, but just not a... There's going to be quite... I mean...
What's crazy?
Can you give CJ Stroud $50 million or $60 million right now?
No, but do you have much of a choice?
Yeah, that's the
dilemma
that
your defense is too good to just wing it at quarterback, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, this defense, watching this game, I genuinely felt bad for the defense.
I did too, and like
Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson as
they played out
the best pass rushing duo in football.
Yes, and they were the Texans offense was playing so bad, and they were still in this game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
like it was a 1-score game.
5 turnovers, and you were in the game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's insane.
At this point, you fired what's his name last season? I forget his name. Bobby Slowick. You fired Bobby Slowick last year. Might not have been his fault.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do if you're the Texans, but I'm not going to complain as a Colts fan. Didn't run the ball. Woody Marks isn't that good of a running back. You're missing Joe Mixon all year, but you're going to be getting back a 30-year-old or 31-year-old Joe Mixon coming off of a season-long injury.
Yeah.
Is that much of an addition?
No, you need to get a fresh running back.
Have to.
Go trade up, get Jeremiah Love.
I think there's a lot of teams. I mean, when I looked at the running back draft board, not much there after him.
Yeah.
The number 2 running back is Jadarian Price, his backup running back.
Wow.
Then after that, there's not much. It's very weak in that aspect.
You ready to move on to the Rams-Bears?
Last thing I'll say is Christian Gonzalez was very, very good in this game again.
Yes.
I mean, he didn't have to go up against that good of receivers, but he got the stripped fumble on Woody Marks, and he was just locked down in this game.
And Carlton Davis had
a
few great plays and a few bad penalties. He was kind of just, his name was being said a lot in that game. Rams 20, Bears 17. The Cardiac Bears flatline in Chicago.
But they did it again.
They did, but time ran out.
It did.
Caleb Williams in this game had one of the best throws in NFL history, without doubt. However, I will say, in a situation like that, watch it back a ton of times, you cannot say there wasn't a decent amount of luck involved in that.
Oh, yeah.
There was definitely 100%. A lot of luck, but regardless of how lucky it was or how skillful it was one of the greatest.
It's one of the best plays by a quarterback, great play by the tight end, and one of the worst plays by the DB.
Yeah, what's good for Caleb is it's going to go down as a great play for him, and it's not probably going to go down as a bad play for Durant.
Yeah. I mean, Durant had a great game up until that.
Yeah, that was like easily his worst play of the game. Might have been his worst play of the season.
Probably.
If they lost that game.
But, I mean, Caleb Williams finished this game 2 touchdowns, 3 picks, and you can say the 3 turnovers. But honestly, I mean, the last interception, I guess it's partly his fault. It's partly DJ Moore's fault.
Partly Ben Johnson's.
I guess. The first interception, though, I mean, that being put in there, that's not his fault. It was a 4th down.
Yeah.
He threw the ball down the field. Receiver didn't make a play. Who cares? I mean, honestly, it was a bad interception because it lost him yards.
Yeah.
It was like the Carrington Valentine interception last week where Caleb Williams throws a deep ball on 4th down. He intercepts it for no reason.
Or you just kick the field goal.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm on that side 100%.
Yeah.
If Ben Johnson just took the points in this game, I think the Bears would have won.
Ben has now been through that a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Campbell, as his mentor, you can see how he gets it. But
oh, yeah. He's got a good amount of Dan Campbell in him.
I think there's 2 coaches that do too much of that, and it's them too. So at some point, you just have to take the points, especially, I guess he's probably thinking it's going to be a high-scoring game. You need touchdowns, but the defense showed up, and you can't put any of the blame on the defense really at all.
No, definitely not. The defense was really good.
If you would have told the Bears that they would held the Rams to 17 points in regulation, they probably would have thought they won.
Held Puka to 56 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Held Devontae Adams to 24 yards. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
They didn't run the ball extremely well either. 3.6 a carry? Stafford didn't throw an interception, but he was sub 50% completion percentage.
Mm-hmm.
That's a game script for a win. You take your points, you win that game.
Yeah. Jaquan Brisker in this game was honestly probably the best. He's probably the best player on the field.
Might have been one of them.
14 tackles, a sack, a TFL. I think on one drive there was a tackle for loss, like a sack and a pass breakup for him.
I think Kyler Gordon had a few good plays.
Kyler Gordon was fantastic as well. Yeah, he also had a sack and a tackle for loss. Fired was good.
Pass rush was getting home.
And yeah, the pass rush was doing a good job.
I can't remember what play. Byard had one really bad play. I forget what it was.
Well,
I think he got dragged or something. I think he got dragged by Puka.
Yeah, but I mean, on top of that, Byard made the play in overtime to force the Rams to punt.
Oh yeah, he did.
So,
yeah, I mean, the Bears were
the defense showed up.
Bears needed like 15 yards, and Caleb and DJ Moore have a miscommunication. I put that on the both of them, and maybe you should be running the ball there. I don't know.
They say, I mean, this is the first time DJ Moore has played on a winning team, and he kind of gave up on a route in overtime.
Yeah.
In the playoff game at home, you cannot do that.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to
anywhere but Chicago.
I think he's going to the Raiders, going back to another losing team.
You think so?
And can get his 7 catches for.
Why the Raiders? Is that just a random guess out of nowhere?
The Raiders got this defensive end that I think the Bears are going to be going for.
You actually think that deal?
I mean, I think that makes sense for both teams.
I don't think it does.
I think it does.
You trade Maxx Crosby for DJ Moore and a first-round pick?
Yeah. I think that makes sense for both teams. They get their receiver for their young quarterback, and the Bears get their defensive end from the Raiders to try to start another playoff run like they did last time.
I guess.
And I wonder how old Khalil Mack was when he got traded to the Bears.
I'm going to be so mad if that happens. That'd be such a good trade for the Bears.
He was 27, I believe. Maxx Crosby's 29. So, it's not.
If the Bears get Maxx Crosby without giving up 2 first-round picks, I will be baffled. I'll be baffled if that happens.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it takes a first and a second or something, but I think it's going to happen. Rome Odunze was a big letdown in this game.
Yes, he was.
I'll say a couple bad drops. Loveland, honestly, was not good after being the best player for the Bears on offense. He was bad. Komet with the big catch. Monungai was good. I think they need to give Luther Burden the ball more. I think he might be the best receiver on this team. And Theo Benedict got a target. That was funny because he got lit up.
Yeah, Benedict. I realized his name is Benedette and not Benedict. Weird. Thought it was Benedict. Do you want to start with the AFC or NFC Championship?
We can start with the AFC.
Okay. You want to guess the line?
5.5.
On the money, 5.5.
What can I say?
For the Broncos.
What can I say?
No, I'm kidding. It's for the Pats. On the road in Denver. The Broncos aren't dead.
Give me the Broncos.
Really?
Give me the Broncos.
You're going to take the Broncos?
Give me the Broncos.
This is a team that's won with a shell of a quarterback before.
Yeah, I think this is their chance to, I mean, it's crazy, but you rally around a quarterback. We've seen it happen before, and I just think they get it done. I trust their defense to lock down. Although it hasn't looked great, and they didn't look great last week, but I trust them to get it done. Just somehow, some way, I think the football gods are going to be on their side for this one.
It's really, really, really hard to travel that far across the country for a playoff game and play in that kind of altitude.
And I just didn't like, I mean, look at we've talked all year about this Patriots team having the easiest schedule. I mean, look at their playoff path.
Yeah.
First round, you got the
Chargers.
The Chargers. You got playoff Herbert. That's an easy win. Second round, you get playoff divisional round Texans. Never won a divisional round game. And now you get the backup quarterback. And I think I hope the football guys don't just award the Patriots another Super Bowl.
I will say I was a little worried when I saw the Bo Nix went down before the Bears had played their game because I'm like, that sets up like it's going to be Bears versus the Broncos because all the Bears do is play backup quarterback. So I was a little bit concerned about that. But thank God that didn't happen. I'm with you. I'm taking the Broncos.
There's just something about it.
There is. And there's no film on Stidham this year. So, like, if he's going to have a good game, it's going to be this game. Yeah. It's really tough to play in Denver.
He gets the whole week of practice.
Yes. I mean, this is like, is Stidham worse than 40-year-old Peyton Manning, who they won a Super Bowl with when they had a really good defense?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Now they have a really good defense and a better head coach. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm taking the Broncos. This is a classic matchup, though. Broncos Patriots. I mean, this is like our early 2010s.
Unfortunately, and now, unfortunately, I really don't like either of the teams. But
taking Denver.
I'm gonna have to go with the Broncos.
All right. Then we got Rams Seahawks. Oh my God, this game is gonna be fantastic. Yeah, this line is very, very easy.
What is it? Half?
2.5. Actually.
2.5.
Yeah, field goal. So and Seahawks are home, so it's basically a pick 'em outside of the lines.
I know what I'm doing.
Go ahead.
I'm going with the Seahawks. I'm just not going to overthink it. I know they split. Seahawks did win at home last time. I just think the Seahawks have been playing. They have been playing better football in the past month. They've been dominating teams. The Rams have looked shaky. They struggled against the Panthers. They struggled against the Bears. And they lost to the Falcons after they lost to the Seahawks. I'm just going to go with the team that's on fire. The Seahawks defense has looked unbeatable. I think it's going to be close, but I'm going to go with the Seahawks to win it.
I really worry about the Rams special teams. I really worry about the Rams on the road. I really worry about them outdoors. But I'm not going to bet against Sean McVay. He's 2-0 in NFC Championship games. I'm not going to bet against Matt Stafford. It almost feels like it's his destiny to win MVP and win another Super Bowl and quite possibly ride off into the sunset. So I'm riding with my guy. The first Super Bowl run for the Rams, I was rooting for him, but at the same time, there's a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth because we just lost him. This time around, I truly have no dog in the race. I feel no differently if any of these 4 teams win the Super Bowl. So I'd rather just see him fully secure that first ballot Hall of Famer spot that he deserves.
Oh, he already has that.
You think so? No,
100%.
just because of the MVP?
If he gets the MVP and a Super Bowl
That's what I'm
championship.
saying. It's no doubt first ballot Hall of Famer. Give me the Rams here. Give me Sean McVay, who's undefeated in NFC Championship games, and has experience beating a division rival in an NFC Championship game before.
That's honestly the perfect reasoning for it. Matt Stafford also 4-1 in the divisional round or later in his career. The one loss was last year against the Eagles.
Yep.
So a super team, one of the best teams we've ever seen. So it's going to be hard, and Darnold's going to have to show up. And I think, honestly, maybe the fact that the Seahawks haven't played in a close game recently could hurt them.
Definitely could. And the only thing I worry about, like I said, is this Rams special teams, one of the worst in the league. Seahawks have a great special teams.
Yeah.
So can't let Shaheed break one early like the Niners did. Can't let that happen. But
what an addition that was, though. Holy cow.
Yeah, this is going to be one of the games of the year. Should be one of the games of the year. Okay. That will about do it then for this episode of the AJ podcast. We'll be back next week with our Super Bowl teams.
Yeah.
We'll be back with our national champion. And we will have all of NBA MLK Day to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
and we can pregame the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. We can preview the Pro Bowl. Exactly. Pre-game it. You want to drink before it?
Yeah. Big game. Here's so much.
Yeah. So don't forget to, if you made it this far, hit like and subscribe. Hit all links in our description for TikTok, Spotify, social media, and all that good stuff. And we'll see everybody in the next one.